What is up, Cobra Kai fans? Welcome back to Cobra Kai Nation. I'm really sorry. Had some annoying ass technical difficulty with my computer, but we're all good now. We're good and live on YouTube and we're live on Twitter. So someone has just texted me to do a game of checkers. If Riley's watching this, I'm gonna kick your ass in a game of checkers. Hope you've all had a great weekend so far. I really excited to talk to you guys because we did get an official release update on when we can expect Cobra Kai season 6. Like, not the exact release date, but we are getting like a really, really good summer going because there's going to be a lot coming this summer. And I did say in my previous video that we will be getting something in May. So we're getting something in May. So I made that very clear on Twitter that it's not confirmation that it's the teaser, because it could just be another image for season 6, but we are getting something officially in May. And Netflix are doing this upfront event. They did it last year. I don't think it's like a to-doom or, you know, like a live thing like that. I think it's very straightforward on what it is. But I'm excited, and I'm sure you guys are, because we have a lot to discuss. I think we're going to get Cobra Kai way earlier than people are expecting now, because I'm thinking and analyzing the way they've marketed season 6 already this year, and the fact they posted, you know, a new image in February, and also we got that production teaser. I think we're getting some really interesting stuff soon. And you know, the Netflix CEO or co-CEO and director, Ted Sarandos, if you didn't know already, he made it very clear that, you know, we're going to get Cobra Kai in the second half of 2024. And I can even get you the interview up. There's like a specific part of the interview that he says it, but I'm gonna get it up for you guys because I think it's worth going through together. So where is this? Here we go. It was literally one day ago. They have a channel for this, Netflix Investor Relations, and it's something to do in each quarter. So there's obviously 4 quarters in a year. This is them talking about their first quarter of the year and how that's gone. And Ted Sarandos spoke about Cobra Kai and a bunch of other shows that are going to be showcased at the Netflix upfront event. So I believe he said this halfway through the video. If I can just find, here we go. So I've just found it, guys. So let me just get this up for you. I hope you all had a great Saturday so far. This is very exciting because it's quite a big thing. Okay, so let me full screen that. You guys can see that clearly and everything. That's Ted Sarandos, if you didn't know. You're such a clown, Jay, but you make me laugh. How's it going, man? Drummer boy Aiden, Sebastian. Dude, I mean, I think Nerd Phaso made Nerd Fusion. He literally made a really funny edit of Anthony being taller than everybody. Like, I mean, you just see Anthony's legs in this edit, and it's that image that we saw back in February. It was hilarious. Bro, you look like you could be Miguel's cousin. Appreciate that, bro. I mean, I have gotten this, you look like Miguel's older brother. Someone said you look like Miguel's dad. I'm like, I do not look a thing like Hector, but I think this is before season 5 came out. Someone said it to me, so that makes sense. But I still laughed. Someone was like, you could be his older brother. I get this all the time. Like, it's such a funny compliment, but appreciate that. Yeah. Rashid. Yes, I agree. The comic Kai brothers, I agree. We'll be getting something small. Because think about it, guys. Like, why would they why would they just drop something like insignificant at this event? Like, it's literally promoting a show that's coming out this year. Like, you're gonna have something. And May, they usually have something related to Cobra Kai when they are dropping the new season in December. So if this is December, we get Cobra Kai season 6. May is when they dropped the Terry Silver teaser for Cobra Kai season 4. And I understand that was a character return teaser and it just teased that. But Cobra Kai season 4's release date was confirmed a little bit after that teaser, after a few months. So it's the last season. If they're doing volumes, we might get a release date teaser to tell us when we get the volumes. And I strongly think we're getting volumes. I've been saying this for a while. And they might put like a 3-second burst of season 6 footage from what they've already filmed. Like, I don't know why people are being so like difficult about understanding one thing. Because I was talking about this on Twitter. I had some really great discussion. People think there's going to be absolutely nothing, which I will tell you now, that's just bollocks. That's not. We're getting something in May. It could be a bit of footage that they've already filmed, and they're wrapping up in supposedly May or June, so they have already a catalog about 4 months of filming. They can make a teaser from that footage. So I'm just telling you now, like, there's a big chance we get a teaser. That's why I was very adamant on Twitter and saying I literally think we're getting a teaser. Like, it's coming on May 15th at this event. If it's not on May 15th, it's May at least, okay? And the event that Netflix are doing to promote all these upcoming shows, again, I think it's a behind the door closed thing. Behind closed doors. That's what I meant. So it's probably going to be a thing where they just drop the teaser as soon as they've showcased it. It's probably going to be similar to when I was in LA 2 years ago and they showed us the first official teaser for season 5. And we basically got the confirmation it was September 9th. And we then got the trailer uploaded to YouTube. And I literally saw it in live real time, which was awesome. So it's definitely going to be something similar, I feel. I actually really hope that we get a teaser with a little bit of footage. I'd still be happy with a new image, but I just want them to do something to promote the Sekai Tekai. Sort of like the All Valley teaser we got for season 4. But enough talking. I want to quickly show you this. Because I needed to explain a few things. Here we go. Well, based on what Ted said, that's the earliest possibility. But listen to what he says here. If this loads, I'm gonna have to turn the quality down. That is way too high up, I think. The buffer. I'm not even on Wi-Fi on this phone. Come on.
Of our big unscripted events upcoming, like our
I'll turn the sound up so you can hear it clearly.
Brady roast by way of example, and brand new shows like Dead Boy Detectives and Shane Gillis's new show Tires. Eric, a great new limited series out of the UK with Benedict Cumberbatch that we're super excited about. And then they'll even get a longer look at what's coming up in the second half of the year, which is again returning seasons of Cobra Kai, Emily in Paris, The Night Agent, Outer Banks, and Squid Game, our big one. And a brand new season of Monsters from Ryan Murphy, which is the Lyle and Eric Menendez story.
So you guys heard him. By the way, when he said seasons, he didn't mean more seasons of Cobra Kai. He just meant the seasons for new shows. So obviously Cobra Kai is being part of that. I need to find the bit where he mentions the upfront event because my source, what's on Netflix on Twitter, said that it came from this video, and I was going through it and I didn't hear the upfront thing, but he must have mentioned it because he's talking about all these shows. It was probably earlier on in this video, but they literally mention what's going on there. I'm gonna have to put the quality down even more. So you heard it from the literal co-CEO himself and director Ted Sarandos that the second half of 2024, we're getting Cobra Kai season 6. Now, what does that exactly mean? Season 6, the earliest we can get that is after June. But obviously, people are going to be like, CKN, June? Are you crazy? Like, this is going to be still filming. Okay, well, July they're not going to be filming because they've made it very clear, like, May or June will be probably when they wrap up. And, you know, when they celebrate a wrap, they probably will, they normally tend to post some sort of marketing to get the fans, like, more engaged and excited for the new season. So I think it's July. If the release date for season 6 is like something like July or August, it's either early August or late July. I mean, if it's any sooner, I mean, it really depends how they go about the volumes. So no matter what, on May 15th, we're gonna find out what's going on. I mean, I hope they just tell us volumes, and I'm hoping it is that they say that we're getting this many volumes and what the release dates are. Because if they are literally, think of it of this way, guys, if they're doing volumes, then what it means is, let's say they've got like 5 or 10 episodes done. Okay, and maybe we're probably going to get more than 10. Let's say we get those episodes, they're all edited, but they still need to work on the remainder. That gives them enough time to do that. So it makes a lot of sense. And I think they'll spread it out. I hope that we get like months of Cobra Kai season 6 rather than 1 month where they drop like 2 volumes or something. I just want it to be so like so spread out, because that would be the best way to market your final season, especially something great like Cobra Kai. I mean, why do you guys feel angry about volumes, or what's with the? Why don't you think they will do volumes? Like Stranger Things had it with season 4, and that's one of their biggest shows. But I know that's Stranger Things, but still. What's up, Edward? Melissa, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm just really excited about this. It's gonna be an interesting one. A lot of people think Volume 1 September, Volume 2 December. I don't think they're gonna drop. See, I don't think the first volume will be September, because I think season 5 did awfully with watch time compared to season 4, because of the fact it was drop. They literally dropped a new season in such a busy period of like the year, and not a lot of people knew September was the release date. I think I was excited when I saw September 9th when I was in LA about the release date for season 5, but when you look at the bigger picture, it's like, you know what, December would have been great. Just more marketing, man. See, I think the movie, I mean, the fact that they're already like 2 weeks into filming the new Karate Kid film is kind of crazy. And they wrap up in June with that. So they might just wrap up a little bit after Cobra Kai is finished. So personally, I think the last, like when they've wrapped up that movie, I mean, I think we're getting a trailer for that Karate Kid film at least over the summer. So that's another interesting thing. Also, just remembered, guys, today is Yuji Okumoto's birthday. So can we just say a big happy birthday to the GOAT himself, Chosen? I mean, I wish I actually had Yuji in here to say hello, but obviously that would be difficult to do. But just everybody in the chat say happy birthday, Yuji Okamoto, because he's literally, the man is 65. Chosen himself is 65. It's insane. And you know, it's quite funny. His birthday falls on 4/20, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few other people's birthdays. I have a friend, that my friend Isla is his birthday, and we also have, I believe John Hurwitz's wife's birthday is today. So happy birthday to Randy. And a crazy one. Apparently Hitler's birthday is today, but don't say happy birthday to that guy. I think Cody just said that to me, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, Yuji, I've tagged him on Twitter because he followed me on there, which is really cool. If you see this, happy birthday. And I can't wait for his next season, man. I can't wait. We've got to see Silver increase in season 6, but I want to see Chosen whooping ass again, man. We gotta see him like take on like 5 of like Sensei Kim's like senseis at the same time. Crazy. W Chosen, yeah, W Chosen. Appreciate that, Imrain. So also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you are watching me through Twitter or you're watching through YouTube, subscribe to the channel now because I'll be doing so many streams on Cobra Kai season 6. Loads of cool things coming up. Got some really cool videos that I've never really done on the channel, which I'm gonna be doing my my season 6 videos as usual, but there's some videos I've never really done that I can't wait to do or upload because I've had so much fun with this idea in the past, but with Cobra Kai Nation I've never done it, so it's gonna be cool. So stay tuned, and of course, like I'm always on Instagram, so please follow me on Instagram and check me out on there. I'm always posting stuff on Cobra Kai and loads of cool stuff with what I'm doing outside of Cobra Kai. So definitely check that out. And hell yeah, man. That would be fun. I mean, I kind of feel like to be honest, I think season 4, the season 3 I recorded my reactions. I think season 4 I did, but I didn't end up uploading them because I just got so busy in posting other content. Season 5, I think I've got bits of me reacting, but not like I don't think I recorded that many. And no, actually, I think I did. I think I did that. I think I did that a while ago. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, because I saw season 5 like a little bit early. But I can't remember if I recorded. I think I might have missed out recording certain episodes because I was just so excited. If I miss any questions, you gonna stream the event? What's up, DJ Clubs? If the event is available on YouTube to stream and watch, then I think no problem. Like we can obviously see all the stuff in real time and react to it in real time. So we'll have to see. I know just how many people in the fandom are gonna flock for that trailer. It's gonna be like crazy, honestly. I really do hope the UK run an event for the last season. I mean, I know they'll do stuff in America, but I hope here, like just embracing the fandom on the UK end and Europe, I would love to see loads of fans being able to see like an episode screening or something for it. It'd be awesome. Drinking a monster is time fair play. You know what, Finn? That's actually a stupid idea. I opened this monster around like 3 or 4 p.m., but I haven't finished it till now. So I might have screwed up my sleep tonight. Hopefully not. I shouldn't have. Don't think I should have opened one. No, I should have finished it early in the day because it wears off unless you drink it too late. So, what I want to ask you guys is, when do you think? Put your predictions in the comments now. When do you think Cobra Kai season 6 is going to release? And if it's in volumes, when do you expect those volume drops? Let me know in the comments. I want to see what your thoughts are on that. And my video here is actually, I think it's working now. Hold on a second. Why is it doing that? When I full screen it, it shouldn't. Here we go. Here we go. My bad. There we go.
Season of Monsters from Ryan Murphy, which is the Lyle and Eric.
For people that haven't
like
seen this
brand new
interview,
seasons
I mean, if you see my recent video, I literally posted about it and talked about it. This stream, I wanted to talk to you guys and obviously ask you about your thoughts on this release date, when it could be, and just anything in general, and just catch up with you guys. Because I will be doing a video that drops after this about my overall thoughts on, you know, when we can expect season 6. And from what Ted Sarandos has just said, you know, that will give it or make it very clear. So it does come out in December. I'm surprised that it's coming out, you know, in that month, mainly because it's kind of crazy because like they're just kind of rushing it, I feel.
scripted events upcoming,
All
like
right,
our
just listen to this
Tom Brady
again if you
roast,
didn't hear it.
by way of example, and brand new shows like Dead Boy Detectives and Shane Gillis's new show Tires.
Sorry,
Eric,
I'm
a
just
great new
testing my
limited
mic.
series
Sometimes
out
it
of the
can
UK
disconnect.
with Benedict Cumberbatch that we're super excited about. And then they'll even get a longer look at what's coming up in the second half of the year, which is again returning seasons of Cobra Kai.
We'll get. Oops. My headphones fell. He said we're getting a longer look. Did you hear that? They'll get a longer look at what's coming up. A longer look. That, you know what? I didn't even think about that when I was making my video. He literally said a longer look. So that, if that proves anything, we're getting something for season 6 in May. Damn, this buff is annoying me.
Banks.
Longer looks, people. He said longer looks. And you can see the subtitle description here. Again, returning seasons, what's coming up in the second half of the year, which is again returning seasons of Cobra Kai. So it's definitely coming in the second half of the year. Which quarter though? You know, if it's volumes, it's going to be in different quarters, most likely. They'll probably do 1 volume per quarter. So, you know, if we're getting, so quarter 1 is January to March, quarter 2, April to June, quarter 3, July to October, or July to September. Quarter 4 is October to December. So quarter 3 and quarter 4, I'm assuming, for the volumes. Oh my god, this buffer, bro. I put the quality down as well. You guys have got what I was saying. The longer look. What do you think the words "will get a longer look at what's coming up in the second half"? It definitely means we're getting something big. I'm so adamant. And here's the thing, guys. Every May since pretty much the start of the show, we've got something again for Cobra Kai. So the first season of Cobra Kai dropped in 2018. Okay. Second season of Cobra Kai, it didn't drop in May, but it dropped a week before May. And we're actually coming up to the anniversary in a few days of Cobra Kai season 2's release date, which it will be the 5-year anniversary. I can't freaking believe that. 5 years! And Avengers Endgame came out 5 years ago. I still can't believe how quick it's gone. And another thing I say is that with, I think May 2020 is when they announced that Cobra Kai was gonna move to Netflix. I mean, August it moved to Netflix, but let me just quickly double check. Let's have a look. I think in May 2020 they announced, yeah, literally in May, like the end of May 2020, it basically they announced that Cobra Kai was gonna move to Netflix, and it did in August, sorry, that year. May 2021, Terry Silver teaser. and that was crazy. Big character return for him, and fans were very excited for that. May 2022, the Cobra Kai season 5 date announcement teaser, and May 2023, Cobra Kai season 6 started filming, but then obviously the strikes happened. Now, May 2024, we're getting something for the new season, and that is essentially, or most, I won't say most likely, but potentially when Cobra Kai season 6 wraps up filming. So May is always a good month for Cobra Kai fans in that sense, and there's always something cool that fans can expect. And I feel like ever since the start of the show, it's always been like that. So if history repeats itself, like or You're the Best Around says in the song, then yeah, we are definitely getting that. I mean, I don't think he's talking about runtime. I think he's talking about a longer look, as in there's going to be like a lot of details about the new shows that are coming up. I think that's the context he's talking about. But yeah, guys, very, very exciting. Oh my god, I'm so lucky that was so lucky. Wow, I nearly spilt Monster all over my keyboard. Someone could clip this. CKN being clumsy, and I'm kidding. It's all good. It's all good. Where's a cloth when you need one? Anyway, yeah, I think we're definitely going to get something in May, which is exciting. And if you guys have any questions about season 6, we can discuss your theories or any news that you want me to talk about that isn't related to the release date. Of course, please comment them down below in the description or in the live chat, and I'll try and get to as many as I can. And if you are a channel member on Cobra Kai Nation, I will always prioritize, your questions, or especially super chats, so it just means I can see them better. Tori and Sam going to be friends in season 6. I think they might take longer to sort of grow on each other, but I think that makes sense because of, the way you don't want to make it the same as Miguel and Robbie, but then again, you don't want them arguing and fighting next season. I feel like the start of season 6, they'll sort of talk a little bit, but I think they will probably have more in common in certain ways. I just feel like Sam's opened up herself more to Tori now because of just sort of getting more of a gist and why Tori is such an angry person in general because of her life. And I feel like Sam probably has understood that with her own problems, because I feel like season 5, the reason why not just Sam realizing Tori's life for once and all that stuff, like Robbie went through an arc that Miguel went through in previous seasons, and Miguel understood how it felt to be lonely and out there with his problems, which was in Mexico. He genuinely felt that, and that was like a parallel to Robbie and when he was in juvie. He was on his own trying to figure out his path and everything. Miguel was on his own trying to figure out his path going to Mexico, and he didn't want anyone else to get in his way because he wanted to figure it out for himself. And I'd say that's very brave and very commendable. And the same with Robbie. But Robbie in season 5 wanted to have a relationship with his father, and that was a full circle of where we see them in the end of the season. So a lot of stuff going on there, but there's so much work from Miguel and Robbie. I feel like with Sam and Tori, it's like they could get closer than Miguel and Robbie ever do, because you never know. I just don't think they're gonna do the whole Daniel and Johnny stuff with Miguel and Robbie again. Like, I just don't think, like, they can get annoyed at each other, but they're like family now, so they just have to like grow and understand each other. And they're obviously so young still, so that's another big part of it. So just one of those things. What season 6 footage you think we'll see in the teaser trailer? I think it'll be so minimal. It'll probably be like just different shots of characters. I don't think they're gonna put like they might not put Terry Silver in the teaser or the marketing. They might keep that for the season. I don't think that they won't spoil that only because I think they want to keep Silver's whole thing a mystery. I think he's definitely in season 6, but I don't think they're going to show that unless they do, and they're sort of teasing what is to come with Silver. And I expect there to be a lot on Kreese in the trailer because they're going to put like the whole plot point is with him and Cobra Kai, but the teaser I expect to see what's going on in the valley, them training, this theme of it's the final season, so I can imagine them putting like really cool music, like the final countdown or something like that. I can imagine them with new dialogue, but actual footage as well. Johnny and Daniel talking, maybe Miguel and Robbie and Sam and Tori get dialogue in the trailer. I can see them sort of like rallying each other. I would love to see like just it would be so cool if there was a shot of each character, all the main characters from Cobra Kai. You remember in No Way Home when Toby, Andrew, and Tom, their spider sensors going off, and they knew that the Green Goblin's bomb was in that thing that Doctor Strange is trying to do the spell with and ritual to send them back to their universes. The cube, like imagine a shot of each character's face, but it's very quick. Like that would be cool in the trailer. I don't think they're going to show too much, but I think they're going to show us release date and maybe a quick burst of like characters and some scenes in the trailer or what the theme is going to be for the final season, because it's the world tournament they're going to be focusing on, but it's also the conclusion of the show. I can imagine title cards saying the big final season is coming soon, or I can definitely see that. Maybe an update on the season 6 logo. I think it's going to be really exciting no matter what they do. The trailer, though, they definitely going to put something of the Sekai Tekai or whatever it is. But the teaser, they're going to just announce when it is and a tiny bit of footage, I think. So I don't honestly think they'll show up unless it's officially canon. Because here's the thing, guys. We still don't know if that Karate Kid film is canon to the Miyagi-verse. The creators of Cobra Kai sort of made that clear by saying they're not involved. So does that mean it's going to be a Miyagi-verse film? We don't even know. They could be making an entire new universe. And also at the same time, the 2010 universe is its own thing. So I don't even think they're making it part of that. Like, that's just my honest theory on it. Xander Stone in season 6, that would be pretty cool. I think that'd be cool. I think that's potentially a thing we could see. I can definitely see that happening. I mean, do you guys want to see Xander Stone? Because I feel like he might be a character that could even help the guys in the valley. He could join Miyagi Fang or Miyagi Do, whatever it's going to be. Although I think personally, I think it will be Miyagi Do because of what they're going for with the theme. So where is this? There was a good question earlier on. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. You don't think they're going to show the release date for the teaser? Because I don't think there's going to be another teaser and they're going to drop something else that will release it. I mean, when would that release date come out then? I think we're getting a release date soon. I think it will be soon. So just gotta go with that, I'd say. What day is it releasing? Yet to be confirmed. Unless you're talking about the teaser. Because May 15th is likely we'll get a teaser or some big news. So we shall see. I think Topanga was taken over by Silver, but we didn't see Xander season one, but who knows? I mean, he probably left the dojo on that day, unless he was still in Topanga, but obviously the actor Shalon, what's his name again? He's Mike Chat's son. Mike Chat was the blue Lightspeed Rescue Ranger from Power Rangers, I believe. But Mike Chat's an XMA extreme martial artist, so he's like a sensei in that regard. He's badass. His son's called Talon Chat, I think. He played Xander, and he was in Topanga for season 1. Cool fact as well, because he was in a blue dojo. It was very much resembling his father, because he was the Blue Ranger. Yeah, Mike Chat's really cool. I'm curious if Mike ever had a discussion about being in Cobra Kai. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. An actual Power Ranger. Would like to see cameos from Cobra Kai Nation and Cobra Kai Kid and Cobra Kai Season 6. That would be pretty cool, right? Imagine. Yasmin and Moon should join Miyagi-Do and help Sam maybe even be friends with Tori. I think Moon will be cool with Tori, but I have a feeling Yasmin's gonna have a scene with Tori where she's like, kind of like, why is she hanging out with Sam? Why do you bring this girl? Like, I thought you didn't like her. I can see Sam sticking up for Tori to parallel that scene in season 2 when she was against Tori, when Tori was supposedly stealing vodka and things in that at the country club, I believe. So I honestly think it would make sense if we see a scene like that. And I think, or maybe Yasmin might find out already, like Tori and Sam are like sort of like have sort of respect for each other now. But to be fair, Yasmin's so caught up in her own world. I feel like she would get humbled by Tori. I can see that happening. I kind of want to see that happen. That'd be quite funny. They will give us a release date time, no exact date. I mean, we're definitely getting something soon, bro. Like, we've got to get something soon. Especially if they're going to market this season more than any. And if when you have multiple volumes, you're going to have more trailers and more marketing because you're doing more releases. So therefore, more trailers and things will come up with that. One thing I love about the idea of volumes as well, think of it this way, not just for me as a fan and a content creator of Cobra Kai content, and just the hype being longer makes the interest higher for Cobra Kai. It also means the Comic Cons that the cast do in between the volumes, it means they can talk about Cobra Kai season 6 from what we've seen. But like, let's say they do end up dropping one of the volumes in like August. There's a Comic-Con in America that's got a few of the cast members going at the end of July. Imagine them getting asked about the first volume, right? Or let's say the volume comes up before the Comic-Con even. That's what I meant. Like, imagine them speaking about the first volume, you know? And then there'll be another Comic-Con after the second volume drop where a lot of the cast are going to be promoting, you know, Cobra Kai. They're going to also they'll be able to have a lot of marketing for themselves as well. And it will be a great way to enjoy the final season, you know, to really appreciate the journey and where it's come and just embrace a final season with the fans and the whole fandom as well. So they're probably going to talk about season 6 stuff during Comic-Cons as well. And remember, we got San Diego coming up, so I really hope they do a panel there because that would be awesome. Like, that'd be badass. What's up, man? I've had a pretty good week. How have you been? It's going to be electric for Comic-Cons, man. I'm excited. Robbie is going to make Kenny and Anthony fight out just like Johnny made him and Miguel fight out. I mean, they could do that, but I think Kenny won't. He'll probably come into because he was in Miyagi-Do. I think after a few episodes, he'll come back. Maybe episode 3. Unless like episode 2 he joins. I mean, they could get to it pretty quickly because Anthony and Kenny don't need this beef. If after it's taken Johnny and Daniel to fully come to a conclusion with all their shit, and now they're on the same page after 30 years. Miguel and Robbie, it took about a year and a half. Still much quicker than Daniel and Johnny, but you would think Kenny and Anthony would learn quicker. It was only for a matter of months, not as long as Miguel and Robbie, especially Daniel and Johnny. So, that's the pattern. That's them learning quicker from the others that were in the similar situation prior to that. So, I think they would do it that way. Makes sense for the writing as well. We don't want a whole season of Kenny and Anthony hating each other. Like, yeah, they don't need to be buddy straight away, but let's just cut the shit and get to it because we've kind of seen this already. It just gets too repetitive then. And that monster is done. That's a good flavor. Oh, that's awesome, Lee. Which one are you going to? Robbie going to be the MVP in season 6? I feel like he will be, especially in the Sekai Takai. He'll probably be the MVP. I just can't wait to see like Robbie and Miguel and all these guys in the Sekai Takai. That's going to be exciting. Daniel's going to train Anthony, make him fight in tournament, fight Kenny. Honestly, I have to preface this. I'm not expecting, the likes of Kenny and Anthony. Well, especially Anthony right now, unless they buff him up. If these guys compete in the Sekai Takai, that's kind of unfair on the characters like Sam, Tori, Eli, Dimitri, Miguel, Robbie. Because like they've had like more training than them, and Anthony and Kenny have only got to it more recently. So if they are competing in the Sekai Takai, there's got to be a smaller, like a division for younger, for the younger students. I feel like there has to be different age groups. There's got to be an age group for Miguel, Robbie, Sam, Tori. There's got to be an age group for, Anthony, Devin, and Kenny, which would make more sense. But I feel like they could do an All Valley. Who knows? They could be a mini All Valley, or they literally just show a very quick, brief part of the All Valley, which is going to be interesting. It's just how they're going to make that convincing enough. Like those guys going to, them going to that extent is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, I feel like it has to be earned, especially Anthony. Kenny's obviously been pretty good in the All Valley, but if Robbie, Miguel, Sam, Tori in the core 4, and obviously Eli, Dimitri are going to struggle against their opponents in the Sekai Takai, I mean, come on, like they're kind of the underdogs in this. So I think like the youngsters, like those guys, Anthony, Kenny, Devin, they can't be like buffed up to those guys because it just doesn't make any sense. They've got to keep that realism in there. I mean, the whole theory as well, like Miguel losing, Miguel, it started with Miguel, should end with him. I feel like there's going to be a balance between Miguel and Robbie in this tournament. I don't think one of them, I mean, Robbie deserves his shine, but we have to think about it. Miguel, think of it this way. If they both get their shine, does Miguel go all the way, get injured, and then Robbie comes in to finish the job? I don't want them doing something like that. Or, they work together. I think there's going to be like multiple. I think there's going to be a duos division, guys. I really think. I still haven't posted this video, but like I think there's going to be a duos division in Sekai Takai. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like to change it up, a duos division where 2 go against 2. Now they could potentially make that mixed, but I think it would make sense to keep it to just male and female because you pair up Sam and Tori, you pair up Miguel and Robbie, Eli and Dimitri pair together. If Kenny and Anthony have their own little division there, if they're not doing an All Valley, they get to pair. Like, I feel like there's ways of doing it and be cool like that. The duos thing is not just oh look, we're doing duos in a tournament now. It's like a symbolic way of intertwining characters together because they are now fighting together, and especially if they had bumped heads in previous seasons and stuff. So this is my own thing. And wait, what about a flashback? What if Santo in the sea? I don't understand your question, Cobra Kai fan. What do you think about Sam and Miguel's relationship? It's in an interesting place, Camilla. I think, or Camila. I hope I said your name right. Sam and Miguel are fully bonded now, in the sense that Sam literally said to Miguel that she loves him, and Miguel said, "That's what you do when you love someone." He basically said, "I love you," without saying it in the same way Sam did, but they love each other. So they're a proper couple, and Tori and Robbie, very natural couple. They've solidified them. I don't think they're doing no teenage drama like that. If there's any teenage drama, it's probably going to be students from the Sekai Takai or Cobra Kai that try and intervene with them. Unless they all just want to kick Kyla's ass because they just find him annoying. I don't know. It's in an interesting place. We're going to find out how they go about that. Hopefully, we get another Q&A by one of the creators of Cobra Kai, and they can sort of tease what's to come with that. So, yeah. This scroll technique that Anthony picked up in season 4, it would be crazy if he used it. But I only think the way he would use it is the time jump. And he's been training for a long time. Not super long, but a longer time, where they've had like a few months time jump. I wouldn't mind that. I still don't know what the timeline is going to be for season 6. Is it going to be over 1 year? Is it going to be over 8 months? Like, if they do it over like a long period of time, that'd be kind of crazy. But it would make sense because of the way the kids look so much older than they were in season 1, and the timeline's only like 2 years. I think it starts in 2017, like end of 2017, goes towards 2018. But now we're in 2019. And then I think the series is going to finish in the timeline of Cobra Kai at the end of 2019 going into 2020. So I think that might be what they do. We still don't know when the Sekai Takai is. Like, is it going to be the end of the year? Is it going to be like in the next year in the summer? Like, we still haven't got like a full on, we don't know the date. See, I'm sure if we look back at the Sekai Takai magazine, that young Silver was showing young Kreese in season 5 flashback, they might have been, maybe some of the translation on that might have actually said a date for the tournament. So I don't think this is a tournament you would do like twice in 1 year. It's like probably like a 1 year thing, but just every year. So I'm just curious about that. Robbie's going to win the Sekai Takai since he's already lost 2 tournament finals. It's got to be earned as well, but I think in his story right now, it does make sense for him to win or get that shine. Him shining on the world stage has been kind of teased from Kreese as well. And you know what? Kreese is the kind of guy, he probably eats his words a bit too much, but he said you've got more talent than your father. You just got to show it to the world. And then Silver in season 4 also said something, because I'm rewatching season 4 now. I'm on the episode 5 now, I think, Match Point. But I was watching Bicepelli the other day, season 4, episode 4, and Silver was saying, you're gonna have all the so you trained at Miyagi down, now you're in Cobra Kai, you're gonna have all the skill to like kick all our asses or something like that. I feel like that's also a skill. I mean, that's also a hint at him shining in a bigger tournament. And I honestly think Robbie's got this potential that, yeah, we've probably seen not even some of the others have. But I think him and Miguel are the Karate Kids of this. And then Sam and Tori as well, and Eli are a big part of that. Especially the core 4. See, here's the thing, Frank. Like, I'm not saying a duos tournament specifically. I'm saying like a duos bracket could be part of it, because that might be a way of bringing all these like duos full circle. And for a one time these guys were foes, now they're like fighting on the same side. Like that would be very symbolic of that. See, they might not have loads of characters do this though. It could just be they need two. They have a male bracket and then they have like a the female bracket. But the thing is, what if they're able to like switch it up? So what if they like there's a rule where they, so the first round Miguel and Robbie fight, they're able to interchange that with their other like teammates in their dojo. That could be a rule. So maybe the next fight we get Miguel and Dimitri. Sorry, maybe Miguel and a Hawk fight together in the next round. Maybe Robbie and Hawk, Robbie and Dimitri, Miguel and Dimitri, Eli and Dimitri. They could do something like that, but then it's like then there'd be the contradiction. Like, well, the guys that won the fight, they have to fight. Like, not you get to switch out. Maybe there's a rule where they can switch out one teammate per round. There's got to be some sort of like interesting rule with it. But I do think the 2v2 thing, if one of them loses, how do they go about that? That's a good question. I mean, they would have to probably concede, or they just have to be a badass and fight through it. And there could be ways of doing that. If it's if the duo, so here's the thing is though, when I say a duos bracket, it could just be a point one, because that might be the only easy way of doing it. Whereas if it's just a 1v1, I don't think it's going to be very point based. I feel like it's going to be like there's going to be more brutality in this fight, like blood sport level. So that's just my theory on it. I think it is difficult to kind of get around the duo stuff in that sense. So you're right. How would they force that? The 2v1s and stuff. But what if Miguel and Robbie are winning and it's a 2v1? And surely it's over, right? They win, but I think there'd have to be a compromise to that. So we'll see. And what if you see Sato in a flashback training? You know what? I wouldn't put it past anybody, but we might see a flashback with Sato meeting Master Kim, because Chosen said he didn't like him. And, who knows if Mr. Miyagi met him? Never know. It might confuse people, though. It's like, well, if Mr. Miyagi once met Master Kim, why didn't he say anything when Terry Silver brought him up? Perhaps Miyagi did know, but he didn't want to bring it up to Daniel because he didn't want to worry him. And perhaps he didn't think this stuff was going to get overblown, or perhaps he knew where Master Kim was, or maybe he thought he was actually dead. So you don't know. There's loads of things they could cherry pick from the Karate Kid 3 with Master Kim. And Sato definitely didn't like Master Kim for a reason. It could have been because of a cheap shot in like a fight they had. I would love to see a fight with Master Kim and Miyagi there. That would be crazy. Because if they show us that the history of Cobra Kai Miyagi-Do was way before Johnny and Daniel's time, as in not literally there was Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai back in the, Master Kim and Mr. Miyagi's younger days. Like there was like Miyagi-Do dojo and Cobra Kai and they were at war. Like more like the journey of how it's come to Cobra Kai opening with Silver and Kreese, and Miyagi-Do beginning fully, in the, being in tournaments, being in a proper dojo with Mr. Miyagi and the original Karate Kid. The journey and like the way this could predate the stuff with Miyagi and Cobra Kai would be amazing. And just intertwining the histories would be so cool. It's like you've got Mr. Miyagi, the man from Miyagi-Do, and you have the antithesis of Mr. Miyagi, Master Kim. I would love that. It would be such a cool way to give us something and a bit of lore on what happened prior to the Karate Kid, because we still don't know that much on what happened prior. So I'm still on the Robbie and Sam train. I'm just telling you now, this season is not about division. It's about bringing everybody together. And if you're talking about them as a couple, I mean, Robbie and Sam ain't going to be a thing. It's Miguel and Sam for that reason, and Tori and Robbie. Counselor Black. We might see her. We might actually see her in season 6. I mean, it'd be interesting if they bring her back. There's going to be some school scenes, but school is not going to be a big theme of this season. It's because there's so much else going on. I honestly don't think Kyle is going to get any chance like that again. I mean, especially if he wants to be friends with everybody in Miyagi-Do. It'd be hilarious if Anthony beats up Kylo at this point. So fucking Kylo's the idiot punching bag of the lot. It kind of seems like it, but I think Kylo's a very... I just, the redemption for Kylo, if he's in Miyagi-Do, like, how are they possibly gonna redeem this guy? He's like arguably the most, like, the worst in that sense, like with being able to redeem. He is not so much that guy. So that's kind of crazy. So I think that's going to be... I hope Hiro and Janelle start to get rehired in the show because I miss Doug and Mikey. If Doug, Rickenberger, and Mikey returned, that would be freaking awesome because I always wanted them to be around in the show. But of course, because the stunt team changed, that changed things to the show. So it's a shame. It's a shame, but it's, things like that happen. It can be the nature of the industry, unfortunately, but I do think, I mean, Hiro and Janelle, if it wasn't for them with season 1 to 3, we wouldn't be at this point with the fights. And obviously, the new stunt team have done a great job with the fights we've seen, and they've given a different style to it, but it's awesome. What do you think the train's going to be like in season 6? Like the training you meant? I think it's going to be freaking badass. I can imagine them learning stuff we haven't seen them learn before, especially if Mike Barnes helps them train the students and stuff like that. I can definitely see stuff like that. And, the training techniques with Chosen. They might do like separate workshops. That would be really cool. And stuff like that. Give me 1 second, guys. Because I actually still haven't done a video on how Barnes could really fit in season 6. He's got to be in season 6. I think everyone's coming back, like no doubt. That's actually a really smart way of thinking, Clifford. Do you think the Sekai Toko will have strict health rules? No one injured within the year can compete, especially with the fierce fighting. I honestly think like you would think because it's the world tournament, it's going to be more legalized and regulated and way more advanced than the All Valley ever was in that sense. I mean, that could be a possibility. They might not make it that complicated though. It's just really, if you qualify, that's it. But if they find out Miguel has had an injury in the past year, what if they get funny about him competing? That might be a thing, but then Miguel risks it and he's like, I'm ready. But what if like Cobra Kai, Sensei Kim students, what if they find out that he's got like a vulnerability, and Tori, she's got a vulnerability too with her hand, and Sensei Kim said that she would be healed, or she would have healed by the time of the tournament, but still she might have a permanent, really bad, like permanent injury now, like as in her hand might just be, she might struggle in certain ways, but I hope they don't do that because Tori's a badass. But yeah, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Also, I think I think the tournament is gonna have this. I think that when they enter it, I think Daniel and Johnny will go shit. Like it's actually way more brutal than they were expecting. like maybe they preface their students to be very cautious on how they fight and do what they need to do without hurting themselves. And you know, the theme of embracing offense with Daniel, embracing defense with Johnny, you know, they both realize they need both to win. So this whole journey with Johnny and Daniel sort of helping each other learn from the other aspect of karate, I think that's going to play a big part next season. That Johnny really gets the defense. The defense is as important as the offense. Like that's what the theme is here. So they're going to need to be so balanced in that. It's going to be a tough one. So yeah. See, if they do, oh my god, I can see them, JB Drake. I can totally see them in a scene where if it is like a if Miguel and Robbie are fighting together, or if it is that Sam. I mean, they've already done the Sam and Robbie thing in season 2 with the mall fight. But like, could you imagine they're both using the wheel technique? Because Miguel knows it about circling your opponent. Robbie knows it. I could imagine them two like doing that, the wheel technique against one opponent. That'd be kind of savage. But yeah, I mean, that would be crazy. You know, that was pretty crazy. I mean, Miguel was getting his ass beat. Like Carla was beating the hell out of him. Like realistically, Miguel would have been on the floor, like probably like gone nah. But you know, it is a plot thing. But then again, we go back to the Karate Kid films. How did Daniel beat Johnny, Chosen, and Mike? Plot. There's no way he beats them in a normal fight. It's select moments. People, you know, with Johnny fighting those senseis in season 5, he fought them all on his own. Using Miyagi-Do as well. But how did Terry Silver beat him in season 4 so easily? Well, look at the circumstance. It's always dependent on the context, but yeah, sometimes plot can go, yeah, how the hell did Miguel survive that? Because he wasn't at his best. But that was the moment for him to get his ass in gear and to stop Kyler, because this guy was beating on him in previous seasons and bullying him. Nah, Miguel can't be having that anymore. But yeah, I felt like there was plot. But Miguel was supposed to be one of the best young fighters, so surely he wins that. But yeah, Kyler is that kind of character. He gets beat on really easy. Thank you so much, and the anthem. I appreciate that, man. Ooh, like a sudden death overtime kind of like round, like they did in the All Valley. I mean, they could be a first to knock down the opponent. Because here's the thing: what if the Sekai Tokai is really like really strict? So if they make you fall, like that's it. That's the end of the fight. Or that could be a sudden death rule. I mean, or it's a matter of you can't get up, then your the other opponent wins, or they concede. I can honestly imagine there being like a sudden death round, and that would be very. Oh, I'm telling you now, watching a sudden death round in the final season, you know, seeing one of the young guys like fighting that. Oh, that's gonna be so tense. Like, it's gonna be hard to like really tune in on that, you know. There's been rumors of Tori's man possibly dying in season 6. Do you think it will happen? I honestly feel that there's a big chance that happens, because I think Tori wasn't in Barcelona from what we know. And maybe she's not going to compete in the tournament, because I had this theory about the injury stuff, but I think there's going to be a lot of personal things that go on in her life this season, which might put her off competing with the tournament. Because the thing she said in season 4 is she felt like on top of the world when she was in the tournament and she won. But then she told Sam in season 5, but when she realized it was like, it wasn't actually truly a victory, it ruined her. It took all that away from her. She deserves some shine in the tournament, deserves to win as well. But I think Sam obviously had to see how Tori was feeling on that aspect. But also, I think that's a moment for you to realize that Tori is going to have a bigger role in this season that will probably it'll impact people like Sam, because she's very family orientated, and Tori's family aspect is going to have a big impact on how it affects maybe like, you know, Robbie's going to have to really look out for her. Daniel is probably going to really feel for her if she loses her mum. And if anything happens with, you know, her brother getting fostered, I mean, that's going to be tragic. But her brother and Tori and her brother, like, I'm just curious how they go about that. You know, what happens? Like, where do they go? Like, Tori just lives on her own with her brother, and how does that? I feel like this is a way for her to go nearer to the LaRussos. I won't be surprised if Tori moved in to the LaRussos if her mum dies, and her and her brother live in the LaRusso house. I can see that happening, but I can also see them. I can honestly see them doing something like that to, you know, bring Tori and Sam together. I'm not saying adoption here, but you know, never say never. You never know what happens. But I think Tori might actually have something like that, where she basically goes through so much hardship, but Daniel really wants to help her. And Amanda helped her in season 4, was trying to, and you never thought Amanda would be that person, especially how she was so against Tori in season 3, with everything she did to Sam, and especially the school fight. You know, so I think it's going to be a big part of next season, this family dynamic. And I think all the youngsters, like all the young characters, I think Miguel, Robbie, and Sam are actually going to really look out for her. I think Dimitri as well, and Eli. I think everybody's going to like feel sorry for her and look out for Tori. And you know, I think there's going to be some very big moments with that. I'm going to tell you now, bro, but if they kill off the mum, there's probably going to be such a sad scene where she's like Peyton's going to give this all in her acting. Like, I honestly, I'm going to get emotional seeing that shit. Because I've lost some family members, so I know exactly how that feels. But Tori's circumstances are so sad because, like, she hasn't got a lot, and you know, her dad. If her dad comes back, or whoever we find out who that is, does he take in Tori and her brother and look after them? Like, what happens? It's the possibilities are endless, my friend. But I will say this: there's definitely something we're gonna get with those guys. Because Tori's a big character in the show. I feel like we're gonna get something regarding that. So yeah, to answer your question, I think her mum will die. Yeah, I think it's a nice little way of bringing it full circle. I think the story with Cobra Kai, it's not all about everybody's evil and everyone gets redeemed, but it's perspective and understanding. And the most unlikely things, I mean, with the show, I feel like expect the unexpected. I don't think it's out of character for them to do that. And I think this is another way of building the backstory for Sam and Tori. Because you never know, 20 years down the line, imagine Sam and Tori's relationship is so strong. And, you know, they have kids. You know, maybe if Miguel and Sam have a kid in the future, and, you know, that kid's having issues with someone, Sam might offer that, you know, I used to have this problem with Tori. I can honestly see if Tori and Robbie have a kid, or, you know, they're just still together. You never know. Like, I can just see their stories being quite interesting like that. I personally think Tori might end up being like Amanda as she gets older, because I think there's a lot of things that Amanda saw in herself through Tori, and that's also why in season 4 she was trying to help her. Mike mentoring Tori and training her would be really cool. I want to see more of Chosen and Tori though. I loved what they did in season 5 with that. I would be so cool. I think again, Mike with all the students would be really cool. I mean, if we're talking right off the bat now, it doesn't make sense for her to move in, but towards the end of the season, maybe that happens, or some point in season 6, like 3/4 of the way. Like, they might have something. I think her mum's gonna die halfway through the season, and that will be like before they go to Barcelona, perhaps. Because then I think Tori is going to be like, I can't compete in this tournament. Like, I've got to look after my brother. I've got to figure out the situation. She can't trust her aunt. You know, there's so much going on. Definitely worth making a whole video on. So I'll definitely give you guys my thoughts on, you know, Tori's aunt dying and all this kind of stuff, because there's a lot of potential that something is going to happen with because, you know, it is a plot device, but I do feel like they're going to do something in that sense. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, okay, so I've just got told something really crazy about season 6. I'm not going to share it, but I'm just going to say, like, I don't know why people keep freaking leaking this season. It's actually getting really annoying now. Like, just gotta, I don't know how this is happening, but anyway, Amanda's such a great character. Again, Carmen and her are the voice of reasons, and they, you know, especially Amanda, she's the most logical character in the show, and I think that is a big part, you know, of all of this stuff. I think I honestly feel that we're gonna see some big stuff with Amanda and Tori next season as well. Amanda, I really want a scene with like Tori, Amanda, and Sam. That'd be really cool. Um, Damn, there's so many birthdays. What's up, Andrew? How's it going, man? I absolutely love that photo with Jacob you got there, man. I already did that last time when I hit 60K. I mean, I won't do that tonight, but if you guys really want me to, Sunday evening I can do another live stream, and we can talk about season 6, get some of you in as well. Because so many people join my streams, like when I do invite people in, there's so many people, and I don't want it to be unfair. I will probably have a thing where if you are a channel member, or if I got a super chat from you in the stream, I will prioritize you, and whoever that is, so I can bring you in and we can talk for a bit. So just so it's fair for everybody. So if you are a channel member and you are jumping into, like, I invite you in the stream and we talk, you'll have priority basically. I think that's just the easiest way to go about it. I mean, if Moon actually went to Kenny for that, it would be really weird, but also like, I don't think that's going to divide the characters. I don't like that idea. But yeah, I think we just have to see what. I mean, Hawk and Moon are pretty solidified. I think they need to justify Hawk fighting aggressive for scene or two. I think Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk are going to have some of their, you know, their inner Cobra Kai is going to show at this tournament. I think they're going to need that aggression, especially with what they're going to be dealing with. But yeah. Amanda's one of my favorite characters. She's a smart person on the show. I love her relationship with Tori. It's great surprise. Yeah, I disappointed didn't get any scenes in season 5. I think season 6 they'll probably do something. Yeah, I've just seen an hour and 15. Damn, that's gone quick. Guys, again, thank you for watching today's stream. I will be back tomorrow because I think we can do more discussion. Always love doing streams. I know I haven't done them so much in this year, just generally. I just put a link to my Instagram in the comments. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, make sure you stay tuned to everything coming up, because I got a lot of cool things coming up with Cobra Kai. Always have some cool content coming out. So definitely follow me in there. How was it meeting Gianna and Phoebe? Oh, they were awesome. I love those guys. Super cool. Always a fun time with those two. So if you haven't already, make sure you've subscribed to Cobra Kai Nation right now. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos on Cobra Kai Season 6, you know, the new Karate Kid film, interviews that I have, any live streams I have. Make sure those notifications are on, because every time I go live, every time I post a video, you won't miss out. Hope you all have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you then. Take care.